So one of the things that I always encourage people to do is I'm always about getting naked, right? We got to like party in our birthday suit. And that's actually, how we met. That was like the most interesting first date I've ever had. We met at the naked spa. I will never forget that. Totally made me walk my walk, get naked. But
Dr. Barr and I actually met at the naked spa, getting naked. She reached out to me because she moved to the area, and I said, oh, a halfway point would be this amazing spa, which at a time of COVID now you look back on and go, what a gift, right? To be able to go spend time with other women in a spa like that, totally getting naked and getting body scrubs. I miss that.
Yeah. And that was a first for me. So it was kind of like, put your money where your mouth is, girl. If you're going to talk about getting naked, oh, you're doing it. And the whole point is like when we can get naked physically, right? And I always say, party in your birthday suit, you're looking for uninvited guests, really a step-by-step from top to bottom, palm, soles, looking at your intimate bits, looking at your skin for anything that's growing or changing, and that those can be clues that things may be out of balance. But we also need to get naked, on the emotional and metaphysical level, because that is a lot of where these things that do show up on our skin, that is the root cause of it. So things that we're looking for, especially with regards to connecting the dots to our hormonal health, women in particular, we may notice that our hair is thinning, that our hair, our part is widening. And that has a lot to do with the imbalance between the decrease in progesterone and the relative dominance of your androgens, the testosterone. And
Dr. Barr said relative because this is an important word that she just used. You can have really low estrogen and be estrogen dominant because you have no progesterone.
Exactly.
And you're right. You don't have to have super, super high testosterone or DHEA to have this issue. It's the balance and the ratio that she's talking about when she says relative. So I think that's a really important word to bring out.
Yeah, no, I'm so glad that you said that. And it's true. I mean, starting in our mid to late 30s, our progesterone is really dropping at a precipitous rate in comparison to the estrogens and the androgens. So again, it's that relative dominance of the other hormones, even though they are diminishing as well. And progesterone plays an important role in modulating the effect that the androgens have on your hair follicles. So we know on the scalp that androgens can, so let's back up, but testosterone is converted to a more potent form, dihydrotestosterone, by an enzyme 5-alpha reductase. Progesterone, when it's functioning in adequate levels, it inhibits that conversion of the testosterone to its more potent form. I'm going to say DHT because it's a mouthful. On the scalp, DHT attaches to the hair follicles and can cause them to miniaturize so that the caliber and the thickness of the hair becomes smaller. And so what you notice is hair thinning, a decreased hair density. The opposite effect happens on the face. The DHT can actually stimulate those hair follicles, which is where those, coarse dark hairs on your chin come from. So it's
all women love this.
Right? And so it's that relative imbalance of like, I'm noticing my hair is thinning. I'm growing a bit of a beard. That's a great clue. Number one, that there's a relative imbalance. You could be more androgen dominant. Your progesterone levels could be low. Obviously, there's a lot of other factors that can go into it, but it's clues like that. You're like, ding, 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 red flag. Like my hormones, there's an imbalance there. And so especially these are things that I'm encountering with the women that I'm working with. And then, thyroid also plays a role in hair. So something about thyroid is lateral third of your eyebrows, increased hair shedding. Rather than just the hair thinning, women are noticing a dramatic increase in hair shedding because your hair grows in 3 phases: a growing phase, a resting phase, a falling out phase. And when you're low in thyroid hormone, those hairs shift from the growing phase and resting phase more to that falling out phase, what we call a telogen effluvium. And when we can rebalance the thyroid hormone and give it the appropriate nutrients and oftentimes we do need to replenish, women notice that their hair, the shedding stops, and then their hair begins to regrow.